Predictions from Young and the Restless suggest Chancellor will soon be back in town. Melissa Ordway's Abby Newman frequently brings up her husband's disappearance. The authors appear to be preparing for his comeback on the CBS soap series. The main concern is if Donnie Bowes will return to the soap opera or if a new actor will play the part. Fans were perplexed when Donnie Bowes was released from his contract. Since he was in the midst of a plot that was taking center stage, it didn't make much sense. He and Abby had recently been married and were beginning a family. However, the writers of Y&R suddenly made the decision to send him off. But on Young and the Restless, that can all change in the near future. Christine Williams, Laura Lee Bell, was approached by Abby and Nina Webster, Trisha Cast. They insisted on knowing Chance's whereabouts and anticipated return date. She doesn't want to jeopardize his objective, though. Chancellor used the off-screen phone to make calls and send texts. That does not, however, equate to being there for Abby during the surrogacy procedure. However, he ought to be present for all of Maria Copeland's, Cameron Grimes' pregnancy milestones. Spoilers for Young and the Restless raise questions about whether the authors want for Abby to be the only parent of her surrogate child. Will Chancellor make a comeback? If so, will Donnie Bowes play the part? First, Chance does appear to be returning. But it doesn't appear that Donnie will return to the role. If you take a quick look at Mr. Bowes' IMDb work schedule, you can see that he has a ton of projects both now and in the near future since leaving the CBS soap opera. He doesn't have time to reflect on Young and the Restless. Additionally, there is a hint that they may be looking for a successor from the daytime soap. Abby now makes an effort to maintain her composure and is consistently upbeat around Mariah. But she fears Chance might never come back. He is on a perilous mission, of course. Naturally, the creators of Young and the Restless might conclude that Chance is permanently gone. However, there is a hint that the network may be searching for a replacement if you look at a recent casting call. In early April, Y&R posted a casting call for a man in his 30s who would be a good fit for the position of Chancellor. The casting call's keywords are as follows. Chance, although Derek is the name given to this purportedly new character. Young and the Restless rarely discloses true character identities throughout the casting process. Additionally, they risk killing him or leaving him missing if they don't recast him. However, considering the lavish wedding and surrogate plans to finish it on Y&R, that sounds odd. According to spoilers, a new actor is most likely playing Chance. And just in time for the baby's birth, he comes back. Thus, watch for news of a replacement for Donnie Bowes. According to Y&R spoilers, Abby and her husband Chance will be delighted to welcome their new child together. The Chancellor's estate will be the couple's first shared residence. Whether he will arrive home in time to see Maria's birth is the key question. On Young and the Restless, a straightforward birth is uncommon. Because Chancellor didn't have any swimmers. Abby's egg and Devin Hamilton's, Brighton James, sperm donation make this one already extremely complicated. According to recent reports, Maria will shortly confess. The attractive redhead might be reconsidering her decision to give up the child. She has carried the child since its inception on Young and the Restless, despite the fact that she is not biologically linked to it. Devin might decide he wants to actively participate in the baby's life, which would further complicate matters. Viewers of Y&R expressed worry over the circumstances. Therefore, even if Chancellor is expected to return to GC soon, there will undoubtedly be a lot of drama on the soap opera when he gets home. At the heart of all the rumors, hypotheses, and tense speculation that have been circulating across Genoa City is one name that will not go away. Chancellor. Fans have been waiting impatiently for Chance to return and regain his position at the center of the action after he vanished on a perilous assignment and left his wife Abby Newman to raise their son by herself. But in this town, nothing is ever easy. Additionally, Chance might be entering a flurry of emotions, bewilderment, and potentially explosive baby drama that might completely alter multiple relationships at once if he does end up returning to Abby. This is the tale of a husband who abandoned his family. A wife who had to rebuild everything by herself, and the precarious world that would implode the day he returned home. Hold on tight, because this prediction from Young and the Restless has the potential to completely transform Genoa City. Abby Newman. A mother who finds it hard to let go despite having experienced more heartache, abandonment, and emotional upheaval than most people could handle. Abby manages to stay strong. After experiencing so much loss, she pushes herself to be happy, to work, to be a mother, and to think that life may still bring her joy. However, deep within, she's worn out. It hasn't been easy balancing her career in the Newman world with being Dominic's single mother. She has had restless nights wondering if Chance is still alive while she looks at her phone. There are days when she feels bad for being upset with him, for being worn out, and for seeking solace from someone other than her husband, who she is missing. Devin Hamilton, Abby's closest confidant and Dominic's biological father, is the only one who is aware of this. Quietly, organically, and dangerously, their bond has grown. Devin has established himself as a constant in her life. The person who arrives. Someone who can relate to Dominic. The person who recognizes the nervousness hiding behind Abby's flawless exterior. There is no denying their chemistry. And it's at the worst possible time. Because the winds shift just as Abby begins to think Chance might never come back. Chancellor's comeback is nearer than everyone thinks. Little clues have been given for weeks. Nina Webster's rising concern, the enigmatic quiet from government connections, and Abby's hazy updates regarding Chance's assignment. Victor Newman has also been remarkably silent, which is usually a sign that something significant is about to happen. The following factors contribute to the prediction's seeming certainty. 1. Need for loose ends. Fastening viewers and Abby were left without closure after Chance's departure. His abrupt departure sparked emotional turmoil and presented Abby with potentially hazardous opportunities. These tales can only be resolved by bringing him back. 2. Chance is needed for upcoming baby drama. Major story threads now revolve around Dominic's parentage, custody agreements, and Abby's growing relationship with Devin. All of that would be blown up in a second if Chance returned. 3. The need for new drama. Ancient Sparks love triangles are Y&R's specialty, and Abby/Chance/Devin is looking to be one of the sexiest yet. Chance is the lightning bolt amid the developing perfect storm, and when he gets there, Abby will not be prepared. Chance's return home. Trauma changes a man. Chance won't make a victorious comeback. There won't be any romance. It won't be easy. The weight of what he has witnessed and done will have left him physically weary, emotionally damaged, and a changed man. The environment he entered was more sinister than he had anticipated, but he had fled to protect his family. Chance is expected to return with guilt, PTSD, and the worry that he is not the same person Abby fell in love with. With a duffel bag, a wounded spirit, and a fear-filled heart, he will enter the Chancellor's residence only to find something he never could have predicted. Abby has also changed. Their union has evolved. What about their son? The reality about Dominic is more nuanced than ever before. Baby drama breaks out. Chance discovers the reality. Abby had already started to struggle when Chance left. However, Chance is unaware of the manner in which Dominic's life has been impacted by Maria Copeland's abduction, the psychological damage she experienced, and the complex arrangement with Devin. The prediction gets interesting at this point. Prediction. Chance and Dominic don't feel attached. When their son was born, he wasn't present. When Maria was taken hostage, he wasn't present. He wasn't around when Devin intervened or when Abby lost it. He will find it difficult to connect with Dominic, not because he doesn't love him, but rather because he feels unworthy of being the father of this child. However, that is just the start, because there are rumors that Dominic's medical condition might recur in the future. Chance will then discover what no one wanted to tell him. Dominic is Devin's biological son. Chance will feel deceived even if Abby makes an effort to lessen the damage. He wasn't present to participate in the decision-making process. Not because she did anything wrong. This realization might break him. Devin Hamilton. The new rival or the new father figure? In this case, Devin has been a saint, helping Abby and Dominic whenever they need it. Devin, however, secretly harbors emotions that transcend biology. He adores his son. He enjoys being needed. He enjoys having a significant influence on Dominic's day-to-day activities. He might even harbor a deeper affection for Abby than he is ready to acknowledge. All of that is at risk with Chance's reappearance. Devon is expected to become quite protective, if not territorial. Devon may resist when Chance tries to take back his position. Not in a hostile or haughty manner, but rather out of true affection. Chance's stability will be questioned by him. If, after everything he's been through, he can manage being a father. Will Abby feel safe in his presence? Their dispute might turn into one of the year's most intense rivalries. Abby is split between two realities. Abby will experience a range of feelings when she meets Chance again, including relief, pain, guilt, love, and confusion. Although she won't know how, she will want to give him a hug. She can't forget that he departed, even though she will want to forgive him. A part of her has already moved on, but she will want to rebuild. The man Abby promised to love forever is the one she will have to choose between. And the man who supported her at her darkest moments. This won't be a simple, straightforward decision. Prediction. Abby comes to the realization that she no longer knows Chance. She observes his trauma. She senses his disinterest. She feels his remorse. She then starts to question if they can still live the life they had imagined. The emotional part of Nina Webster in the pandemonium. When Chance returns, Nina will be ecstatic. But as soon as she sees her son battling, her happiness will swiftly turn to anguish. Chance, Dominic, and the family she imagined they would be will all be zealously protected by her. Prognosis. Nina accuses Abby of relying too much on Devon. Devon can even be accused by her of putting himself in inappropriate situations. Both houses will be shaken by the feud that is sparked by this. Chance attempts to reconnect, but something seems off. Chance fervently aspires to be the hero Abby recalls, but he has changed. When he scoops up Dominic, his hands tremble. At strange hours, he is awakened by nightmares. He recoils at unexpected sounds. Abby will notice. Devon will notice. Chance will also feel embarrassed. Prediction. Because Chance feels Abby deserves better, he pushes her away. He might end up in the arms of Maria Copeland, an unexpected person who is sympathetic to trauma, loneliness, and healing. As a result of this emotional downward spiral, their relationship can take an unexpected turn after everything they've been through. The Genoa City splitting custody bombshell. Everything culminates with a huge, revolutionary choice. Forecast. Devon might try to get custody of Dominic, either fully or partially. Not intentionally. Not because I'm jealous. However, because they are afraid Chance is unstable. This would lead to a court battle that hasn't been witnessed in years. Abby found herself in the center. Under inspection, Chance spiraled. Amanda and Nate are picking sides. Victor intervening to keep his daughter safe. Tucker might be influencing events to gain influence. Everyone is drawn to Dominic as he becomes the center of a vortex. The last forecast. A narrative that revolutionizes everything. Possibility. When Chancellor returns, it won't be the joyful reunion Abby had hoped for. 1. Chance comes back emotionally unbalanced, hurt, and frail. 2. He is devastated to discover the whole truth about Dominic. 3. Devon turns into a jealous, protective father figure. 4. Abby struggles to decide between love and loyalty. 5. Nina battles valiantly to ensure her son's happiness. 6. An unexpected custody dispute breaks out. 7. Maria surprisingly contributes significantly to Chance's recuperation. 8. Abby's marriage might not withstand the turbulence. Chance will not merely rekindle old wounds when he returns to town. Instead, he will make everyone face their darkest wants, secrets, and anxieties. Despite being the smallest character in the Newman Chancellor universe, Dominic is set to ignite one of the year's most significant plotlines. Because nothing is ever truly buried in Genoa City. And the reappearance of Chance. The ground will split up due to the earthquake.